Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. How are you guys? I'm going to give you guys a second to get on here. I've been working at my table this morning using my 10X planner from Grant Cardone and his team. I had the most incredible time down there, and I'm super excited to be working with Grant and his team. Hello, Janine. How are you? So I'm super excited. I actually left the Grant Cardone Masterclass. When did I go down there? It was the 6th, 7th, and the 8th. And I didn't get this when I was there. I was so sad that I learned about it later. And I'm a big fan of planners like this. So I'm going to make my own for my FigureFit online fitness and nutrition program for all of you who may struggle with the day-to-day operations of just eating right and or when to work out, or even your mindset and the things that you do that sabotage you. Hi Carrie, hi John, hi Jeremy, how are you guys? It's so good to see you. Belinda, hello. I've got my phone on this, I wish you could see it. It's this little arm, so if it starts swaying when I touch it, that is why. So I will get into the topic here in a moment, but you guys do me a favor, add some friends, click that little button and say, hey, watch this, because this is a really good one, you guys. I have some important information to share with you, and I know that this is going to serve you greatly because it will. I just know that it will. So one of the things that I was actually talking to my best friend this morning about children. And children are just happy. They just do what they want. They're just happy. They have no care in the world. Now, sometimes you can say, well, I can't compare myself to a child because I have responsibilities and I have things that I need to do. I have bills to pay. Well, yes, you absolutely do. And the thing is, are you choosing suffering because of this life and the choices that you've made? Or are you choosing to follow the things that make you happy? I had a really big learning experience, and I invite you to listen to my podcast. It's probably a post right below this. I released it this morning at 2 a.m. and in the podcast, I go into great detail about really what's been going on over the last couple of weeks. So many of you know that I was really forced to leave my location. My landlord ended my lease at my original yoga studio location. So I no longer have that location. And for a while, I was just kind of looking for another place, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. There was just a lot of internal struggle that when I went to look at another location, I just was like, no. My soul was like, no, you're not doing this like this again, ever. There was so many problems, and the podcast before the recent one will go into detail about, what I went through and why I made the choice I did. And it was a really tough podcast to speak in. The last 3 weeks have been really, really a whirlwind, going from that closing and moving, and everything is pretty much at my house or in my garage or in my basement, to looking at other spaces and really feeling this pain of I am not continuing something that I love, but at the same time knowing that I am honoring my soul by doing this, and by trusting the universe and knowing that there's a reason why I am feeling this way, and there's a reason why I don't want to do this. Okay. There's also a reason why I went online. There's a reason why I did a podcast. There's a reason why I wrote a book, and I did all of that after I started the yoga studio. I got pigeonholed as this yogi, but I am so much more than a yogi. I have a yoga school, and I love that. But before yoga, I was heavily involved in fitness and working out, and really the psychology of change and behavior change. Yoga to me was amazing because it united my body and my mind, and it helped me to really tune in. But there was the physical aspect that I adored, which was weightlifting. and the nutrition aspect, which was something I studied in college, and then psychology. And so all of that stuff kind of got left out, and I was always teaching yoga. So big parts of who I am and what I want to do in the world and where I want to serve were not getting expressed. So there was a big part of me that was being stifled and silenced, and I just was done with it. And I just couldn't have it anymore. So I knew that I had to look at my life and go, okay, where can I make a change? Hi, Jamie. Hi, Michael. And so you guys, I really just started looking at like, okay, well, I've been setting these goals and wanting to do more online and with my YouTube channel over the last year. And I've been planning that, but I didn't have time to do the things that I wanted to do. So I knew that there was a new direction I wanted to go, but I knew that some things that were happening in my life needed to change. Okay, so long story short, you can go to my podcast and listen to the podcast, but I ended up getting a job out of a fear mentality, out of a scarcity mindset of, if I don't have this other income coming in, then I'm going to be struggling. And I'm a single mom and I have a home, and there's all these stories that I was telling myself. So I needed to do this. I needed to have this. Well, okay, so I got a job. And I started last Wednesday, and I walked out. What day did I walk out? Wednesday. I was there literally a week. Because over that course of the week, at first I was like, oh, I cried the first day because I was like, holy shit, this is not what I want to be doing. And the second day I was like really processing and thinking and going, well, I can just work, and then I can do my other job. But then I came home and I was exhausted and I had no energy to give to what I really want to be doing. And I was like, all right, this isn't going to work. And then Wednesday I was driving in, and I went in early to help them. And I just was like listening to one of my mentors, and it was just so appropriate because one of the things that she said is that the problem is always in the crap. And I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense, because right now I'm in the crap. I am going to work and I don't want to be doing this. I really want to turn around and go home and serve my podcast or create a program from something that I've learned over my journey. And I want to be doing that right now. And I was like, that was what was really, really driving inside of me. And the other thing was like, it was a hell no. And Marie Forleo has this quote that says, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. There is no black and white. And so back to the kids. Kids do what they like. And for some weird reason, as we start getting older as adults, we put ourselves in situations, we keep ourselves in relationships where it is not serving us in any way. And you are here to be happy. You're not here to suffer. You don't have to suffer. And whatever story that just popped into your mind when you heard those words is the story that you got to kill. You're going to have to reframe that story into something that is for you, okay? A great example is somebody who maybe never was modeled like healthy love, and so they just don't think that it's possible to have that. Well, that's been their story and their internal dialogue around relationships their whole life, and they will always continue to get that until they reframe it and tell themselves something that is a bit more empowering, a lot more empowering, and it begins to shift their perspective on what is possible for them. And this goes for every single area of your life, every area. So, one of the things that really happened, the biggest lesson, so I was so glad that this happened, you guys, and that I went through this, because right now I am 1,000% on fire, and I am 100% in the vortex of where I need to be going and what I need to be doing, and I have 1,000% conviction around this, and I feel so good about it because this is what I'm here to do. There is a quote, I've said it before, and I've said it I don't exactly know. I could grab it real quick, but it's a message in the Bible, and it says God puts a message on your heart. And if you don't do it, you are only fooling yourself. But when you do it, you will be fully supported. So the day that I walked out from this space, I had a ton going on in my personal life. It was a lot of really bad things that were happening in my personal life and the family. And so it was just a rough day all around. Physically, I wasn't feeling good. And then I just wasn't wanting to be there. And so that day, I was just like, you know what? This isn't working. And I made the tough decision to just walk out. And then what happened was the universe was totally blessed me, like 3 different things. One thing for the FigureFit program, one thing for a sponsor that wants to sponsor the FigureFit podcast. And then I went and did an event that night. And you guys, this is going to be a game changer for my local business, Solace Yoga Studio. I'm so excited, and not just for Solace, but for me and for my online business and for what I'm here to do as and bringing it all together from yoga teaching, business creator, fitness and health expert to, I'm going to have this new space to be able to go to and to be able to bring people to and to be able to teach yoga when I want to. Have my yoga school still, but also serve this community here online by doing the YouTube channel that I want to be doing and by creating the products that I want to be creating for you. So just stay tuned, you guys. Be here. I'm going to do a lot of lives. I'm going to be doing a lot on my YouTube channel. Actually, I'm going to have shows on my YouTube channel. One is going to be about cooking. One is going to be about mindset. One is going to be about one for women and women's empowerment. And really another one is going to be on like business. I have I don't want to say it yet, but I have some really great things that I'm going to be doing for entrepreneurs and just bringing together a community where we can share together, where we can be together and share in our struggles, because a lot of the times entrepreneurs feel like they have to hide their struggles because they have a business and the business has to look good in the public eye, but behind that they're suffering. And there's a very high suicide rate for entrepreneurs because they are suffering alone. And so this is a space that I'm going to be creating for other entrepreneurs and bringing in all of the tools that I have, from my yoga school, from meditation to stress management to the neuroscience of change. And I'm so excited to be offering this. This is where I'm passionate. This is where I need to be. So you guys, I left that the other day, and the universe blessed me because I followed the calling that I know is here for me. So my title today is, Are You Listening to Yourself? Are you? Because you know what? All of those areas where you are struggling against yourself, you are literally fighting yourself, and you are not here to suffer. I want you to really know that those desires and those gifts that you have are put on your heart for a reason. And the moment you start following them and you really align to that truth, the universe is going to bless you in such a beautiful way. You can call it God, you can call it Source, you can call it Holy Spirit. Whatever you want to call it, you will be blessed as you follow the call on your soul. I promise you. So you guys, that's it. I want to answer any questions that you have. Give me a second here. Yeah, so like I said, the universe is going to bless you in a way that you don't even have a clue. You got to really let go of control, because that's the biggest thing. You're making these decisions out of fear. Out of fear, you're staying in a job you hate. Out of fear that you'll never find somebody new. You're staying in a relationship that's awful for you. Out of fear, you're making other choices. Out of fear, you are numbing out with alcohol or drugs or procrastination, when really it's just that fear is actually it's a wake-up call to where you really want to be. And so what feels good to you I want you to move towards that. And I like to say this. There's a famous quote out there that says, jump and build your airplane on the way down. And I really believe that that is so true because, you guys, it is not mapped out. It's just not. A lot of the times you just are going to learn by being in the fire. It is by being in the fire that transforms you. Another thing that I've learned is it is by doing the actions that gives you the confidence. And that goes for everything from a workout to creating a product, to creating a business, to coming onto a live and simply speaking what your truth is. Because the moment you do, yeah, sometimes you're like, what am I saying? Is this right? For workouts, it's like if you go to the gym and you don't really know what to do, but then you do something, you feel better when you leave. That's how you build your confidence, is by doing the actions. That's it. So your lack of confidence is because you're not showing up for yourself. You're not doing the things you need to be doing that are for you. And your confidence is going to be built by taking action, by giving yourself a reward, by doing a needle moving activity for you, for your life, for your dreams, for your goals. By doing this needle moving activity, that's where your confidence is going to come into play, because it's the success cycle. That's what this is. You have potential. I have this on my fridge. Take the action, you get a result, you're gonna do it again. You're gonna maybe change a few things and you're gonna do it again. So it is a success cycle. You've got talent, you've got a gift, you've got something to give to this world, and you know it, but maybe you're fearful that you're gonna be rejected, or maybe you're fearful of somebody else's opinion. But I want to just tell you that that fear is an illusion. You get to say no. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. That is stifling me, and I have to do me. So you have to take baby steps. You have to take a step every single day that's going to get you a little bit closer to your goal. Now, here's the thing. This is where most people fail. They set the goal, they visualize the goal, they think about the goal, but they don't do anything. They have no process. You will only get to your goal by figuring out what the process is that's going to get you there. That's it. It is in the process where transformation happens, and it's small. You don't see it usually. You may feel those little hits of inspiration day in and day out. Maybe sometimes you don't, but it's literally in the process of doing where your dreams become a reality. And I'm going to give you a perfect example and be so real with you. There was a time when I absolutely hated my body. I suffered when I was, this whole dysfunctional cycle started when I was 10. I had chronic digestive issues when I was little and in college. And I write about that in my book, Happy, Healthy, Fit, and what I did to heal myself. I had really just dysfunction between food and working out, and food and working out. So I studied all of these things that I could learn, right? And I knew all of this stuff, knew it all, knew what to do, knew exactly what to do, and I wasn't committed. And this was back in 2008. I write about this entire story in my book. And you guys, it was when I finally committed, I had a massive breakdown, and I finally committed to doing what works, then things began to start to change. And I've had to recommit time and time again to doing what works and to really committing to a process. But when I started my fitness journey back in 2008, that was something that I committed to. And I don't go longer than a couple of days between workouts. Eating healthy is one of those things that's like yes and no and yes and no. And when I find myself getting off track, I have a process to bring me back into eating healthy. Now, I want to be so real with you, like I said, is that a couple of years ago, I created these FigureFit workouts and I started doing them. And I didn't have a goal other than to do the 3 workouts every single week and to commit to the FigureFit nutrition plan. And This was back in like, when was this? Like, I mean, I've been fit, but I got really fit once I did this. And it was probably, I think it was like 2 summers ago. I was walking, just got out of the shower and I was walking over to get dressed and I was stark naked and I saw my reflection in the mirror and I stopped and I go, holy shit, I look good. And I just admired my body for a minute. And it was the very first time, you guys, that I stopped cold in my tracks, because that was the first time at 38 years old where I finally liked my reflection. I liked what I said, a good thing about myself, rather than looking in the mirror and going, God, you're fat, you're this, look at that roll, whatever, these awful things that we say about ourselves. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful that I'm finally at this place. And so I created this whole campaign around love your life, love your body. Take these steps to love your body. And you guys, it just goes for everything. I want you to commit to a process for your new business that you want to start. I want you to start a process like my FigureFit process that's going to help you love your body, fix your health, and feel amazing. I want you to commit to a process of self-love so that you can stop harming yourself with your own thoughts. This is all so, so important. Back in 2013, I started a self-love journey. I was looking for a husband, and I prayed, and I heard this voice say, no, I'm not giving you that. You need to learn to love yourself. And I was like, okay. And that's a program that I have coming out. This is like stuff that's been sitting there waiting for me to give it to you and to serve the world with these amazing downloads that I have received through, lessons learned or meditations, truth revealed. I mean, this is why I had to do what I did this week. And just because I knew that if I was working that hard for somebody else, if I turned around and I poured that into me and my business and the things that I love, that it has no choice but to pay me back. It has no choice. So this is what I want to call you to today. I want you to listen to your soul. I also want you to go and listen to my podcast, because you guys, it will really, really help you if this message serves you today. And if there's a inkling in you that's like, yes, this is me, go listen to my podcast. Please go listen to my podcast. And you guys also, if you're ready to do something, like this has nothing to do with this, but just what I just said a few moments ago about the body. If you're ready to commit to a process with your body, my process works, and it's out there. It's out there all the time, ready for you to sign up. You get all the tools that I use day in and day out to create my body. You get 3 workouts per week, and they're personal training. You get yoga videos, you get meditations, you get me as your nutrition coach. You get an absolute meal plan that if you follow, and you do it right, and you listen to what I say about when to eat what, and when to stay away from alcohol, and when to stay away from certain carbs, you will fix your health. You will begin to get the body you want. And this is at FigureFitLife.com. Just click join now. There is a 90-day transformation. It's a spiritual warrior journey where I'm teaching you all of this stuff. And then at the same time, you get the program, which is called the FigureFit Lifestyle Program. And that is the workouts. I call them warrior workouts. You get the nutrition plan, you get the meditations, you get me as your coach, and you also get the yoga videos. And so that's the process. So you have the learning, which is the spiritual warrior learning journey training program, and then you get the FigureFit Lifestyle Program, which are the tools that you have to commit to. The tools are the process. The workout is the process. The eating the right way is the process. Meditation is the process. You guys, nobody can do this for you. It is up to you to choose your happiness. It is up to you to leave things that are harming you. It is up to you to commit to your purpose. It is up to you to commit to a process that will serve your body and your health and your mind. Nobody can do this for you. It is up to you. So I am so grateful to be here with you today to just talk to you and share this journey with you and to share this experience, my personal experience recently with you. I was super nervous to share this, but I know now more than ever that I have to be real. I have to be so real, and I can't be this like, okay, she looks like this. But no, you guys, I struggle. I went through a massive tornado recently, but that tornado got me here. And that tornado woke me up to the things that absolutely are a hell no. They're a hell no. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I don't need to. I don't need to be in anything that is not serving me, that doesn't feel good. You don't have to. And the moment I made that decision, the universe blessed me in 3 ways. With a sponsor, with a new location that cost 1,000% less, and with my online business as well. I mean, really, all you got to do is follow your heart and listen, because when you do, you will be blessed. You will be blessed. All right, you guys, so much love to you. If you just tuned in, go back and watch this from the beginning. And also on my page here is the podcast that I was speaking about, and I want you to listen to it, okay? And for those of you who really are ready to do the FigureFit body transformation and really learn how to master nutrition and workouts to create a body that you love, go to FigureFitLife.com, and I will be your fitness coach. And if you don't know about me, just keep following me, because I'm here to just share everything that I've ever learned with you and help you. I had a broken back when I was a kid. I have a 6-pack now. There are no excuses. I'm a mother. I'm a single mom who has 2 businesses. There are no excuses. The only excuses are the excuses that we make, and the excuses and the stories that we allow. So I'm so glad to be here with you. And you guys, I call my FigureFit people warriors. You're warriors. You are all life warriors. And I know I'm a warrior because day in and day out, ever since I got pregnant back in 2002, I had to step up every day and be a warrior. And so I call you warriors because this is it. This is the training ground of life. And we have to put the processes in place that help us have a healthy mind, to have a healthy body, to create the income that we want. And you have to show up for you. You have to be the warrior for your own life. Mwah! I love you. Have a great day, guys. Bye.